Hey guys, it's Rachel here, and today I'm going to be filming for you guys a video that I swore I would not ever film again. At least I swore to myself that I would not ever film again. But I feel that this is a good way to hold myself accountable for the things that I said that I was going to do. So today I'm going to be filming for you guys a tentative January TBR. I am in a really bad slump right now. Like, I did not read anything in the month of December. My life has been essentially taken over completely by Dragon Age Inquisition. I am obsessed with the game. I've played nonstop. I've talked to Sana from Inkbone's books like literally every single day about my undying love for Dragon Age and my undying love for the Inquisitor and Solus. But I need to read. I'm finding that I am missing being back in books, and so I went to Twitter and I put a tweet out asking if there was any books that you guys had any recommendations for me for, because I really needed to read, and I had some recommendations from 4 really good friends of mine. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 5 books that I want to read this month. Hopefully I will read this month. First book that I got recommended to me is going to be from Lindsay Ray, and she recommended me to read Golden Boy by Abigail Tartellini. Now, I bought this book because of her a really long time ago, and for some reason I just hadn't picked it up yet, but I've heard really good things about it, especially from her. Now, our main character's name is Max, and Max is intersex, and I believe that he is grown up as a boy, and now he is starting to find that he is getting the pull more to feminine things. And I've heard some pretty, at least from Lindsay, I've heard that this can be a very devastating story but extremely addictive. So I'm really hoping to enjoy this one, and I hopefully will get to this one this month. The next book I was recommended this month is going to be from Max from Well Done Books, and that's going to be Let's Pretend This Never Happened by Jenny Lawson. Now, if you don't know who Jenny Lawson is, she is also the author of Furiously Happy, which I read last year and was on my top books of the year, and this was her first book. This is just her mostly true memoir, apparently, and I am really looking forward to this. I'm also listening to this one on audiobook, and I just had to pick up a physical copy just to support her because I love Jenny Lawson so freaking much. This, like I said, is just a memoir of her life and her childhood and her growing up in a really small town in Texas. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I'm definitely going to begin to this month no matter what. The next book was recommended to me by Brock from Let's Read, and it's going to be Karen Memory by Elizabeth Bear. Now, I know very little about this book, but I believe it is a steampunk western. Now, I have not read a lot of westerns, and I have not read a lot of steampunk. Actually, I don't think I've read any steampunk, but I have read one western, that's going to be Vengeance Road by Aaron Bowman. But when he mentioned it to me, I went and looked it up on Goodreads, and to my minimal understanding, it follows a main character who works in a brothel, I believe. She is like a prostitute. Then one day a girl comes to the store, to the brothel, and she's badly beaten up, and the man following her is the one who owns her, I guess, and I guess things take off from there. That's a general gist of what I got from Goodreads. I could be completely wrong, but he mentioned it to me, and although I do not own the book, I do see that it is on Scribd as an audiobook, so I'm thinking maybe I will listen to this on audiobook and maybe color a little bit in one of my adult coloring books. And the last book that I had recommended to me is going to be from Grace from Loving Dem Books. And she didn't recommend me one specific book, but she did recommend me several authors. And one of the authors that she recommended to me is going to be Colleen Hoover. Now, I am on the last book that I own by Colleen Hoover that I have not read. And I've actually been avoiding it because I have actually heard pretty bad things about it. But I am talking about Confess by Colleen Hoover. Now, I know that Jillian and I know that Riley read this, and I know Riley really didn't like this, and I believe Jillian didn't like it as well, which kind of strikes me as odd because I've heard several people who absolutely love this book, and didn't like Ugly Love, and I feel like that's flip-flop for Riley because I think she loved Ugly Love but didn't like Confess. Like I said, this is the last book that I own by Colleen Hoover that I have not read, and so I think it's time that I just go ahead and read it just to get it over with and see how I feel about it, just so I can talk to Riley about it. This, I'm not 100% sure what this is about, but as with all Colleen Hoover's book, this has some kind of artistic thing in it. This one in particular, I believe he is an artist. It follows two main characters, a female and a male, and that's pretty much all I know about it. That's all I want to know about it. I don't want to say I'm looking forward to reading this one, but I do want to formulate my own opinion of it. And then the last thing that I'm hoping to read this month, and I'm actually in the middle of reading right now, or in the middle I say that and I'm only 13 pages in, but that's going to be Brain on Fire by Susana Callahan, and this is her month of madness. Now, Susana Callahan is a investigative reporter for the New York Post. She starts to notice that she's having these kind of weird, like psychotic kind of obsessions. She's starting to know she's having these OCD kind of feelings, and then she, I believe, goes into this like psychosis, and then she doesn't remember a lot of parts of her life. And I'm understood that this is like very well documented, and so I'm looking forward to this. I'm enjoying it so far. Like I said, I'm only 13 pages in, but I am enjoying what I'm reading so far. This is kind of like her getting the backstory on the events that are leading up to her finding or having her medical like breakdown. I'm really enjoying this. I also have this on audiobook. I actually believe I have all these books on audiobook except for Confess and Golden Boy, but I have Brain on Fire on audiobook, and I'm going to be reading it and listening to it simultaneously. But like I said, I'm looking quite forward to finishing this one because I am really enjoying it so far. Other than that, I don't want to say that I'm going to read any more or any less in the month of January. I don't really like TBRs, but I want to at least feel like I've gotten something accomplished this month. Anyways, guys, if you've read any of these books, please let me know down below. If you guys have any recommendations for me, please let me know down below. And other than that, guys, thanks so much for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.